Brother Marine, we have returned again today, Saturday, April 1st. And here we are. We're back. We're doing a thing. We got some Space Marines here. We're gonna be painting them up, getting some painting action. Going to be good. Wait, do we got the supposed to be like a music file going on? Is that on this one? Where is it? Ah, there we go. There we go. Now, that's right, Brother Marines. Now that the music is ripping and we are going to be tripping, let's get some of these not chaos, let's get some of these Bloodhounds painted up. Let's got a little hair there. Let's... Battle hair. That was his only hair left, I think. He's probably not... Maybe I should have left that. You know, that guy kind of looks like somebody I know. Got a similar hairline. Okay, so what are we going to do? What are we going to do? Brother Marine. We got a lot of things to do here. Got a lot of things to do here. And the camera focus doesn't quite work. Right, when I got the model right here, it doesn't really want to focus on it right, so it focuses, it's just about to get it, it's all perfect, and then it goes a little bit too far. It unfocuses right at the very end. So we'll just have this as the sweet spot zone, and then everything underneath will just be in the bleu melange. Right, so we'll have the bleu melange zone right there, and then we'll have that sweet spot right here, so that way you can see the figure. Because the autofocus does not work. It's not going to work. It's not doing it. It does not cut it. Nuh-uh. That's right, Mr. Kiff. So, what do we got here? So I'm going to need to get some Abaddon black onto this brown on the backpack here. And what else? There's actually a few steps that I needed to do in kind of one little master step here. Some of these guys, I'm going to need to get the legs done, and then the backpack, and the left elbow. I'm going to need to get that left elbow. So, is that done on this guy? See, this guy's already got it. He's already got the left elbow. He's good. We're great. We're golden. We don't need to do that. Not a problem. Ding. Alright. So, but on this, yeah, I need to do the legs and the feet and all that. And then the backpack. And then get all those all done up with that. And I believe that's... Oh, wait, there's one last thing. That's one obvious last step that I'm completely leaving out here absurdly. I'm going to need to get all of the trim on these Marines that are on their armor. I think some of them have the leg trims done up right, but I'm going to need to get the trims and the soft suits at that point. And we're going to be laying down that black foundational layer to be able to bring these Marines up into a higher standard of painting quality. I mean, we could just, like, slap some paint down where we want colors to be, but, you know, that's just not going to work it out. That's just not the way we do it here on Slathe Space Marine. So, strap yourselves in, boys. We're going to be doing some hobby. We've got some thingy songs that are playing in the background. We got a little bit of coffee, but we can refill this, because that's kind of getting empty. We got, like, a pack of smokes here, so I'm going to be sitting here just practically chain smoking. You know, I guess for your entertainment. And then that is the goal. That is the mission. That is what I'm going to do. That's it. That's it. That's it. It's that simple. It's very, very simple. It's not complicated at all. In fact, it's so uncomplicated. How is it even still undone? Right? Like, it's so uncomplicated. It is so simplified, but not simple, that all of this could get done, and should be done. In fact, in a parallel timeline of reality, they are done. So, it's almost like they're done already, with that in mind, right? Using, like, multiverse theory. these Marines are already painted, and I guess I don't really need to do anything because they're already done. Maybe I could just, like, swap these ones out for those ones in the other universe. Right? And then other universe me would be like, hey, I thought I painted these. Oh, well, I guess I get to paint them again. Right? Sits down and actually paints them all. Wow, that other universe is freaky, man. I don't want to go back there. Everybody has like fully painted armies and collections. They don't have any backlogs there. I don't want to go back there. It is really creepy in that other universe where everybody paints their models. Don't go. Don't take a vacation there. Don't even look at it. Don't look directly at it, because then it looks directly at you. And if it does look at you while you're looking at it, don't blink. So, right now, what I have here, in front of us here, on the table, this is going to be the start of, and the timing of this couldn't be worse, because I was talking about this on the Discord. I was talking about this for like a week or two before this big announcement, and oh boy. So this is the beginning of the Bloodhounds house or subcult, House Moloch. Now, unfortunately, Games Workshop also have decided to create a planet called Moloch or something. And once again, I guess they must have been writing this for maybe more than a couple weeks. So I don't know. Am I stealing it from them now? But I come up with this idea: House Moloch. They're going to be these guys. And then, like, a couple weeks later, they're announcing this Moloch thing for the Dark Angels. This is the second time... Am I, like, talking through this miniature? This is the second time... Oh, hold on. This is the second time now that the Dark Angels have stolen stuff from the Blood Angels, and we're just not gonna put up with it anymore. Did I say Blood Angels? Oh, shit. Bloodhounds. We're not Blood Angels. I swearsies. Okay, I swear. We're Bloodhounds. We're not Blood Angels. We're not. We're not. Okay. That was the theater part of this live stream, where we got the puppet theater. Puppet theater has its own values in entertainment. I mean, and like, don't put it down. It is a part of the evolutionary process of the media of which that we consume in our daily lives. Puppets. You never thought about that before, did you? These toys, these models, miniatures, these figures make excellent puppets. Ping. On guard. What? Dun-na. Dun-na, dun-na. Dun-na, 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 dun-na. Okay, I don't even know what that was. Alright, so gonna be taking some of this, what do we got here? Abaddon Black. Abaddon Black. Abaddon. Abaddon. Abaddon? Oh, is this like the Black Melange? Alright. We're gonna shake this up. See, I already put a few milliliters of Lamian medium into this, so this has been pre-thinned. That's what I do like to do. I like to, like, get some pots of the Lamian medium. Oh, is that is that gonna... It's pretty... The light is not that... The light is not this bottle's friend. So I take some of that and I'll put it into like a fresh or fairly fresh pot of paint like this, and then just kind of pre-thin it. And it all kind of stays with that same viscosity for the most part. I mean, you might have to maybe put in a little bit more every so often once you've used a bit of it. But for the most part, it extends the life of a pot of paint. I don't know, maybe, dare I say, 50 to 100% or more. It is very, very useful to put some Lamian medium into your paint. Not too much, not too much. Like, you don't want to overflow the thing. Like, you need to close the lid. But you want to put a little bit in. You know, like a few drops, or even like pour a little tiny little pour. But you want some of it in there. Otherwise, you're going to be like painting with goop, and then you need to like thin it every single time. And I mean, you could still thin this, and it would be fine. Like, you could put it on like a palette, like a dry palette or a wet palette or something, and then put some medium or thinner or something into it, so that way you're really, really saving on the paint. Wow! Okay. So, I'm thinking we'll start with backpacks. So anybody in this group here... Oh, they're all gonna need it. This guy's gonna need it. They're all gonna need it. Some of them more than others. So I'm gonna go like a 1-2 coat over top of these things. I'm gonna get the left side of their backpack. And the metal sections, I'm gonna get that done with some black. And then after that's done... oh, what's that? A fire truck. Oh, neat. Then after that's done, it's either gonna be legs or elbow pads. Right? So we're gonna get legs and elbow pads, and we're gonna get all these guys looking all nice and bloodhoundy. And this guy's got like a skull shoulder pad. I'll have to figure out what that's gonna be. That could be another sub-cult, sub-house Skullface. Right? House Skullface. There's so many different houses within the chapter. So there's House Moloch that I'm working on here. Then there's like the cult of tears, or the cult of blood. Like that one's a little bit not quite as defined name-wise. There's the cult that has like the blue vials. There's a cult that's covered in like purity seals from like head to toe almost. And it's like whooshing around them like wind. There's all sorts of different ones. Paul and Chani's love grew. Aw, thanks, Java. Thanks, Java. I like doing references. You can keep those coming, and I will not be an unhappy man. Keep those Dune references coming, and this will be a good time. All right, so let's start. And we can use the handle too. Why not? Let's use the handle, so that way it's more of like an official production, right? It's unofficially official. It's a production. It is the production is more official that way. All right, so let's get some of this paint here. Brother Marine. Look at that. Oh man, it's got a nice viscosity in there. Nice and loose. That's what makes this this paint pot like a lot of people's moms. I love it. It's wet and loose. All right, so let us start painting, Brother Marines. Let us begin the quest and adventure of which we are on. All right. Love the taste of paint from a paintbrush. All right. Now this brush is also beginning to die. I'm going to need to get a new brush pretty soon. But that is okay. Considering I'm not really going into like a lot of the details. I'm pretty much just doing the base coating over a lot of the easily accessible spots. So it's like most of the work is getting done in this stage. I'm going to have to essentially draw a line at a certain point because, unfortunately, you know, can't really roll on past that just due to the brush just kind of getting a little bit defeated. But this brush here has been essentially the, what is it, workhorse? Is that what it's called? This brush here has been doing some heavy lifting, and the last one too, because they were also they were working on like set of dreadnoughts. The Baron finds Sting sexy in those weird undies. Well, who doesn't? I mean, he's Sting, right? Now, like, was the room steaming because it was a steam bath? Or was the room steaming because Sting was in those, like, metal undies? You know, these are the questions you have to kind of ask yourself. And then, you know, when you think about the answer, it kind of goes, oh, yeah, alright. Like, even the room itself was like, oh, that's Sting. Oh, Fade. Right, you need to have that. Everyone needs a little bit of Fade in their life. Getting the inside part here. This is always the tricky part right here. You know, trying to get just the backpack. Maybe I should try, like, pre-assembly painting a model one time. Like, just painting the parts individually, and then when everything's all painted, then building the model. Like, I could try that out as an experiment. Kind of see how that works with the pattern in mind. Although it does become difficult in some cases. Like when certain models join, like, and it's like midway through the leg or through the shin or something like that, and it's like, okay, alright, so, yeah, now paint it as if it's one solid thing. It's like, oh, I should probably build that first. Yeah, but if you do build it, now it won't be able to... You won't be able to paint it because there's like a cape in the way or something, you know? Some nonsense. That's too easy. Why would you do that? Why would I do pre-assembly painting? You know... You're right. What's the challenge in that? Right, where's the challenge, the growth, where's playing life on ultra violence? Alright, now let's see if I can very, very carefully try to get this exhaust here. I'm thinking I'm going to want to get... oh, and the brushes are probably all changed by now, so I'm not gonna know what I'm looking for, am I? I'm probably going to want to get whatever's the equivalent of the small base coat brush. That's what I'm using right here, right now, and the tip of it is just beginning to kind of sickle and broccoli sort of thing, getting kind of and sickle, broccoli, and split. That's the conditions that it's under. So it's had some treatment and some surgery to try to make it as a clean brush to use as possible right now. But I'm going to need to replace it, right? Like, this brush is going to need to be replaced for when I'm getting to things like, probably things like the trim and stuff like that on these chests. Like, it's just not gonna have that tip capable of being able to, you know, the precision of going in there. So I'm gonna need to get a stronger tip. I'm gonna need a fiercer tip to be able to proceed after this. But, you know, getting most of the work done, like, there's nothing wrong with that. That's pretty good too, you know. What's this guy need? This guy needs backpack. Oof. Legs. Elbow. Alright. Plop. Plop. Pop. Let's plop a little bit more paint here, down here. Let's go for round 2. Marine 2. Electric Boogaloo. Oof, there's those plates on the side. I'm trying to remember what I even did with that before. I'm gonna have to look over some other models at one point. Because I think that I did this in silver. I think. But I don't remember exactly. Well, that's another area, like those gloves. So, you know, for now, because I left that brown, so for now, I will paint this black. I believe I did make that silver. And if I didn't, it's going to be an easy fix. Fairly flat disc with low detail and somewhat clumsy proportions. It'll be fine. It's not going to be losing anything. Alright, so now... What was that? Something buzzed. Something buzzed? Something buzzed. Phone going off. You know, I'll be able to get the soft suit on this side just because it's essentially just going to be an extension of the leg at this stage of layering things. But the other one is... The other side's a bit thin, and I don't want to make it go over top of the red. So I'm probably just going to... I'll just leave that side for now. I'm going to come back to that. And... as soon as, but yeah, as soon as we have all these other steps done, I mean, we're in the clear. Well, kind of. Considering there's, like, a table of, like, 100 other figures that need to get a similar treatment. And guess what? We're going in for a ride. Oh, this is going to be a wonderful ride. And I hope that people are going to want to join me on this. Painting about 100 Space Marines plus up to 125-ish, I believe. Last I counted. And all of them are going to be essentially being base coated with reds and blacks. And nothing but reds and blacks. So that way, they're all going to have that stage done. And then move on to other colors and more interesting things. gonna be great. It's gonna be great. It's gonna have that cohesion. It's gonna be awesome. Alright, so that's that leg done. I'm gonna leave that trim too as well for now. Just because I'm not gonna be able to get this brush into there easily enough. To like, I just don't have the precision down with this brush right now. Just because it's a little bit fuckered. So, once again, I'm gonna get a new brush. Maybe I'll do that today. Maybe after the stream. Like, what time is it now? 2 o'clock. It is 2 o'clock in the afternoon for me right now. So maybe once I'm done this stream, I'll go over to my local hobby store and I'll see if they have any brushes. Oh no! See that? Look at that. I just put it over that, and then it went over that trim and onto there. I had no idea that was going to happen. Let's quickly just kind of hurry hard. Do some curling there. What else was there? Backpack. Even some of these areas, I have to be more careful than normal, just so that way I'm not getting it onto, like, the red areas. Just because of this brush. I mean, talking about this brush for the next, like, hour. Man, this brush sucks. Man, I need to get a new brush. Brush. And it's kind of like, isn't this like the painting hobby equivalent of blaming your controller? No, it's totally different. It's totally different. It's nothing like that at all. No, like, because isn't your paintbrush, like, essentially your controller, and it's the thing that effectively allows you to be able to paint it or play at your best ability there, you know? Like, if the controller's got a drifting stick or a button that doesn't work, you're not going to be able to play as well. And if your brush doesn't have, like, a controlled tip, and it puts paint in places you don't want it to go, or doesn't put it in places where you want it to go, because both are possible with the crudding up brush, where it doesn't release the paint. That's one. Usually if it doesn't release the paint, that means that there's some paint in your bristle, like in the metal part, and that it's like absorbing the paint up into the bottom of the bristles, sort of thing. Which, you know, fortunately that doesn't seem to be the case with this one, but it is beginning to you know, not be good, because essentially I'm using it as an everything brush. So this thing has seen some painting battlefields, essentially. By going from thing to thing to thing to thing to thing. So your brush is a switch. 8 in the night. Oh wow, thank you for that update, Java. I guess the store is closed and I can't get a new brush today then. Oh no. Yeah, the brush is a switch, so it's just drifting sticks. A little bit left here on the palette, please. Please. Not enough. All right. Let's get a little bit more. And then I'm going to go through as many of these as I kind of can in normal time. And this process is a little bit slowed down because of the lack of control. So because of having to kind of slow down, take your time, be a little bit more careful with things, kind of gets in the way. Where, you know, if it had that controlled tip still had that, then that could be a bit more quicker and a bit more precise. Although, you know what? If I'm able to do this trim here, if I'm able to get this exhaust trim, then there probably shouldn't be too much of a problem getting most of the leg trim and like the chest trim and things like that. Like, it's probably not going to be impossible. So maybe I can, you know, maybe I can ward off going and getting a new brush, you know, another day, another model, another session. Maybe I don't need it. Maybe. Alright, let's see. You got one here? Alright. Let's go for it. Let's see what we got. Let's see if we can do it. We'll go up there. So now is this the equivalent of using the shitty controller but still getting it done anyway? Ooh. You know, it's pretty serious business when that's happening, right? You're still getting it done even though you're using the bad controller. Oh no. A little bit of bleed over there. Probably can work quick. I can probably get it. But it's such a small little spot there that I could probably just cover that. Yeah, I think I missed my opportunity to wipe it off, but that's very easily cleanable. So you know what? Let's just let's lop in a bit more so it's all completely covered. Let the warp overtake you. Forget about control. Control. You must learn control. But Java, how will I know good side from bad? Alright, shake up some of this red. And I'll just need like a spot on the end of the brush here. I don't need to put a bunch on the palette or anything. This is, well, I will still put it on the palette, but I just need a tiny little bit. I get the right angle of attack there. Now that looks really bright compared to the rest of it, but it's gonna mute down really quick. It's too late for Magos. Oh, what time is it? Like 9? Alright, I'll just do one more pass on this thing. Alright. I think that guy's got all the steps that I need to get done for today on that. Now... let's see, what about this guy? I think that just needs... just maybe another layer on top of that, just because it looks like it's got something going on there with its black. I don't think it's not dusty, because all these models were dusted. I mean, maybe it's dusty. I don't know. I don't know what the problem is there, but I'm just going to start painting over top of it, because I'm just going to make it have the same color. And it looks like this part here had something plugged in there. I'm not sure what's going on. We'll just paint that black, and we'll paint it silver later, and it's going to be fine. Some of these are really old models that I think I think this guy here, I think, is one of them, you know, with some part swaps over the years, but a very hideous model with a lot of scars and stuff. The warp has him. Well, the warp's got this guy for sure. What now? What now? Come on. This guy. Alright, so get this center part first. Make sure that I have whatever's on the palette there, just make sure I have enough for at least a solid area first. And then these guys, I'll get them all done up. I might do something talking about them, like either I'll like write up an article, or maybe I'll make like a video or something trying to explain who they are, their significance. How they tie into everything. Maybe talk about some of the characters that are part of this sub-faction. Their significance. You know, go on like a whole thing. These guys are going to need to get a little bit of attention. Just, or at least, you know, contrast-wise, comparatively. What are the mysteries of House Moloch? Where did they come from? Where did they go? Where did they come from, Cotton Eye Joe? What was I doing again? Backpack, right? Wouldn't be for Cotton Eye Joe. I started live streaming 2 hours ago. Pop a little bit more on there. Go. Rinse this right off. Don't want any paint inside those bristles. Brush is already fucked up as it is. Can't afford it to be more. Well, I can. I can go get it. Or can I? Because, I mean, Bravo told me it's quite late. Stores probably are closed. Even that up, it's not quite. Maybe a little too much, but whatever. Oh, rinse that off then. So I can reshape that tip. Of course I can't because the tip's stuck. And these brushes have been cleaned and washed and put through cleaner and stuff like that. Anything that would possibly be able to fix them. I think the only thing that I've not done, just because it's just very unpractical to go out and get it or to have it around really, is like shaping wax that you put onto your brushes. But who actually, who really goes out and gets it? Raise your hand. Oh, no one? Okay. Back to today's programming. So, that guy. Gonna get that one thigh. Let that dry and see if it's noticeable between the other areas. Oh! Almost lost that guy. Orb's overtaken him. Alright. Another one here. Locked and loaded. Center part again. I can already see the brushes wanting to like fight with me here. Where it's like moving and splitting and keep trying to clean it and reshape it. But it does not want to stay this way. So basic foundational base coating it is. Just because, you know, just focusing on that and more will get done quicker. And I can just get a new tool, a new brush, to be able to do the parts that this one's just not able to do. Alright, sometimes you need to get a new hunting dog. Because the old one just sleeps on the porch. There's nothing wrong with that. That dog did a lot of duty. It's earned that porch time. You know, and it can still, like, fetch your slippers for you and stuff, right? Right. Still do things. You know, it just can't catch any foxes anymore, right? Right, so it's not like you put the dog down. The dog still can dog. And this brush can still brush. Just can't do all the things it used to do in its dry youth. That's gonna need another lick. We'll keep that guy on the stand there. He needs to be exercised. With the Chaos Marine that fell over? Yeah. El Diablo. Alright, where are we now? 48 minutes. I think that means I can get up, have a stretch. Ah, yeah. Ah, nice stretch right there. That's right. Good team effort. Alright, let's give ourselves a clap. Pat on the back. Right. Need that. A little bit of a shaky shake here. But really, realistically, let's put some goals here. I'm probably not doing all of it. Let's see what we're at. 49 minutes. I usually do this for like 2 hours. That's about it. So, 2 hours. All right, and we're on the 5th one here, and we're about an hour in. So we'll put these 5 right there. Oh, that's 4 of them. I can count. There's the 5th one here. We'll put these 5 here, and then we'll put another 5 right here. And then that's going to be like the squad goals for today. At least for this stream. You know, maybe if I do one later. No promises, no promises. So now let's sit back, relax. Right? And, you know, I get to talk to you, and I get to have a cigarette and take a break, and I get to go, you know, take a slash, go pee, take a piss. Right? Pour my apple juice into the toilet sort of thing. And then get back to work. It's gonna be pretty good. Because each step forward, each and every little baby step forward here is gonna make a mass of toys that have needed work on them for years and are beginning to go even like chip and like erode away with their paint job. So there's going to be a lot of restoration. This is a whole new restoration job here. Slathe restorations. Right? I'm demanding restorations. And I'm going to... Oh, was that too spicy? Probably tone back on the spiciness, right? That might have been too spicy for some people. Okay. Almost spicy. No more. Almost spicy. Spice melange. Not allowed on this channel. You are not allowed to be being a spicy person. No. You cannot have that spice melange. But you know, 10 out of 15, that's 2 out of 3. 2 out of 3 ain't bad, right? I'm going to try to have this guy be the goal right there. That's what we're trying to get to today. The other 5, they can fuck off. Right? They could be done in another batch. And then, like, of course, there's also, like, the trims and details. I'm just going to leave those for now, and I'll get to those once I've got, like, a more pointy brush. Like, I might even have one. Let's see. What do we got here? Large brush. Small base. See, I think this one... I think I've got one here that I think is, like, never used. Never been used. What's this one? Fine detail brush. That might be a little bit too fine detail. I think I've got another one right here. Another small one. So I got a couple. I don't need to do anything. I've got a new brush. I just have that breaking out a new brush anxiety. I don't want to break out a new brush unless the one I'm using is absolutely fuckered and I can't do it. So we'll get to that point. For now, I'm gonna work this one here into the ground and get as much out of it as I can until it is unusable. Or until I complete everything that it is that it can do, and then I've reached that point where I can't be painting any of the models anymore. Woo, that's something to focus on, because now it's just a blurry cam. Whoa! Alright, so essentially just focus on getting as much as possible done. Which there's tons of areas on this one. It looks like there's like a chest cable there, or it looks like some of it. It looks like that part's meant to be red. So yeah. Maybe I'll get more, try to get a little bit more on there. Although that's probably fine like that. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. So for today, backpacks, legs if they need them, and elbow on as many of these as possible, which is probably going to be 10. So let's just set some realistic goals here, right? Let's try to be realistic about this. Alrighty. Alrighty. For the Marines. Almost done my smoke, right? Right. Don't you just love that? Then we'll put on this away loop here. And we'll be right back in like 3 minutes. 3 to 5 minutes. And we're back, Brother Marines. We are back now for more. Coffee's reloaded. Bladder is unloaded. Moving forward. Oh, wait, do we still got more minutes? Oh, I still got like a few more minutes of break time. Oh, nice. The thing that people really come here for, to know that I'm like smoking weed. That's like their favorite things. That's right, Bombalee. Oh, Slathe time, Slathe weed party. Shout out to Antonio Jesus, wherever you be. So, we'll do that then, I guess. Cool. All right. So let's get a little bit more black on the palette here. Finish up this one, and then go over the next 5. Let's see how far. Let's see how far life takes us. I think you need to buy some more Marines, though. Well, I mean, probably. 1 point. There are still plenty of Marines to paint. Focusing on catching up percent-wise on the backlog is top priority. Adding to the backlog is definitely taking the back seat in that case. Although it's not an impossible thing to expect to happen. Right? So the percent-wise of what is complete could drop at some point when all of a sudden there's like more models that are added into the pool, sort of thing. And actually, the percent-wise of everything probably dropped significantly the moment that I was gifted a very generous gift of a Thunderhook. So when I reached that point, oh boy. That one model alone is going to be a significant percent of, at least as things are currently standing. Because technically, when more work gets done, there's less percent left. So the significant chunk of what it is becomes like, you know. Sorry, I got to go neutralize an enemy. Okay, see you later, Java. Good luck on the mission. Alright, so move to the next one. Is that a skull? Okay. Oh. I'm gonna have to do some tricky maneuvering on this one. Make sure that I'm getting application in the right spots and it not plopping a brush bristle in the wrong way. Although that can still happen sometimes. Sometimes, you know, like the bristles, there's like a dried up piece of paint or something in them. And then, you know, the bristles move one way, but then because of the paint, it essentially causes unexpected moving of the bristles. So, gotta be mindful of that. Maybe a tough angle. Okay. You know, maybe I think I can get this soft suit right here, or at least most of it. Ooh, that's. Oh no! Okay. Like there's some trims there on his butt. Probably go back for that. Go back for that marine butt. That's going to be in like a final look over stage. I'm not doing that today. I'm not doing that now. Right now I'm just trying to get as much surface area as possible into the black-red pattern. All I'm trying to do, get as much of it as possible. Because this kind of happened in a few stages where it was a bit backwards even. And, you know, some people would probably think like, well, why'd you even bother? Where essentially I had to go over all of these. Some of these models I had to go over entirely with brown to then paint red again. Make sure that it would be the right red in the end. It would be the right tone and hue and all of that. And then in some of them, I had to go over in brown in select areas to make sure that I would be able to put red and then it would become the right color. So all of these have had a few layers added to them. At one point, some of these, before I vulture kit bashed them, a few of these were, well, I guess all of these. These were my World Eaters and Black Legion. And then I kind of kit bash sacrificed them, cleaned them up a little bit, and I've turned them into Space Marines. They actually, I think they look pretty good. Like I like the differences. I like the trim. Looks neat. Looks different. And then they're clean, so they're not like, well, I don't know. I don't know. Is that specifically evil? The skull. I mean, are skulls bad nowadays? Now for Space Marines, you can't have that. Only bad guy Space Marines have skulls. Yeah. Well, we can talk about that one, Chief. Okay. So now this leg and the backpack. Ugh. My steam is rolling out. I'm losing my steam. What happened there? Was that some water or something? Did I just spill my coffee on this guy? That water? I don't even know what that was. All of a sudden he was just like super shiny. It looked like there was like super glue on him for a second. I was like, no, what happened? Why is there super glue on this model? Alright, pop some there. Put a little bit there. And a little bit right there. And let's move. Alright. So let's go for leg. Leg day. I'll go for a second pass over this part. I'll try to get that top trim there. Well, it's going to be easier if I kind of come from this side, because I'm going to get in that boot anyway. So if I just... It's not like I can go from the other direction anyway. So... feel neat about it. Despite using a really cruded up brush. To just slightly. Nice and neat trim around there. Now I'll get this foot. This side of the foot now. Sometimes this handle gets in the way of getting certain angles. Ditch that for a moment here. All right. Now, I guess this guy needs to get backpack done. On the handle there. All right. Oh boy. You know, it's not a live stream if something doesn't go horribly wrong. And I'm pretty sure now because, you know, I have the wonderful enjoyment of living in an apartment building. I don't have like a house. So now I believe what's going on is some type of party next door where everybody's completely juiced and yelling angrily at each other. A group of angry drunks is always a good group of drunks to be living next to. Because then they're going to be yelling and angry and shouting and slamming things and getting angrier and angrier. Oh, it's always a great way to. It's always a nice addition. You probably can't hear them because I think I got some sound gates and filters on. You can't quite hear. You probably can't quite make them out. You probably can't get them in, in your auditory senses. That's fine. That's fine. I'll just have an extra break here. Maybe things will, because it's kind of hard to focus when you're doing this, and then you hear a bunch of people shouting at each other. It's like that image of the little kid who's trying to go to sleep, but his parents are fighting downstairs, and then you hear like, psh, ah, right, and they're sitting there going, I live in an abusive household. Oh well, what can I do about that? Not much. There's not much I can do about that. So there's not much to really say about that. That's just what it is. It is what it is. All right. So I'll just have another quick break. I'll just have another cigarette, and I'll just shake up my paint here. Oh yeah. This is like a POV shot. This is what she sees when you're painting minis. Backpack. Well, at least it looks like only... Oh, I guess there's one in the back row here. But in this next 5, it looks like only one of them has legs. You know what? I'm gonna do a little bit of a swap out. I'm gonna get rid of the leg guy. I'm gonna move in this guy here. Move leg guy out. So that way the next ones looks like they only have like backpack and elbow, if at all. But they all have to get their backpacks all done up there. But only I think one of them has like the elbow thing. And then that is how we'll resolve getting these guys done. For today, within the 2-hour allotted time limit that I'm just going to give myself, because that's kind of the arbitrary amount of time that I typically do these things in. Just enough so that way there's something to bite onto. But not too much where it gets overbearing and like, ugh, I'm not going to sit down and watch this. This is an 8-hour live stream. Let's see. Give it some more shaky shake. And yeah, sounds like it's a plan. Sounds like a plan. What happens if I press refresh chat? Welcome to live chat. Remember to guard your privacy and abide by our community guidelines. Okay. Well, that's what it says then. I guess that's what it says. That's what happens. That's what it does. I wonder if these widgets still work. Let's try this out. Let's see. That's right. Let's see. What do we got here? What happens if I do? Let's see. Is it donation, super chat? Let's try either one. Let's see what happens. This is a test of the widget system. It's been a while since these have been used, but I'm just going to see if it works. This is a test. This is a test. This is a fictional thing. It is not real. Let's try this out.
This is a test donation for 68 Canadian dollars.
Well, at least it doesn't say OO anymore. That's good. That's a nice update to things. What's an SL Ultra gift? What's that? What? I don't know what that is. I don't even know what that is. Cloudbot redeem? What's a cloud? What's a Cloudbot redemption? I don't know what that is. Do you know what that is? Does anybody know what that is? What is that? Merch. John bought t-shirt. This is a test merch. Super chat. What, it doesn't read off the super chats? Shouldn't it? Shouldn't it? Let's see, with membership. Wow, I'm like a member head. Wow, that was amazing. We definitely we live in a modern age. Wow. I don't even know what to say about that. That was pretty impressive. Pretty impressive stuff. That's what we got here on Slathe the Space Marine. Nothing but impressive things. Always dressing to impressin'. All right. Well, it sounds like the angry. Oh wow! The second I said that, that's like they started yelling again. Wow. All right. So the angry drunkery isn't going to just end. So we'll have to continue with it, or I'll have to continue with it. You can't hear it. So let's paint on the palette. You're going to be painting as Space Marines. I will be using a Citadel small base coat brush. I am going to be applying a coat of Abaddon Black, which I have added in a little bit of a mixture of a Lamiana medium. I will be taking the model here, which is in this model order. I will be applying a bit of the black onto the brush, and then I will proceed to apply it to the model as so. When painting your model, it I will say very important to be very even and to apply very thin coats of the paint, so it is not going to obscure the detail. You want to be making sure that you cover all of the areas evenly, and do not leave any spot uncovered. If you will be doing multiple colors to be leading up, for example, if you will be painting black like I am doing now, and you are wanting to be putting silver, you will be wanting to make sure the entire area that you are painting black to be laid down for the silver later. You want to make sure it is entirely covered, because you do not want your silver to rub off of the model and to appear underneath as to have the wrong color. So if you have it all in black, then it should be able to mask or disguise any of if you have that sort of issue going on with your model. So you want to make sure you are applying with thin even coats over the entire surface area that you want to be painting certain colors. You will need to be, this may take a long time, so you need to be very patient with yourself, because you need to remember that these things are not going to just happen by themselves. As they say, Rome was not built in a day, and your modules will also, given the time that you should be given to them, you will probably be taking a long time. So you just keep it up, and you will eventually be able to get it all done. Sabian. Oh, well, hello there, Sabian. I knew he was French at heart, unsubscribed. Oh, well, you see, Magos, when you are painting it, just draws it out of you. It can happen to the both of us when you are painting the modules. The art of the Frenchman will just be uncovered within you. It is like the chip and the marble. The artwork was there all along, but it needed to be uncovered by the chip and mallet. And that is why deep down inside of all of us there is a little Frenchman in each and every one of us. We are all all of us have a little bit of a as you say, LA Français inside of all of us. We will just we'll plod on, and we will keep on the grinding stone, and the more we chip away at it will get done eventually. Just takes a little bit of time and patience to put a little bit of time dedication, and just you keep up the effort, and you will be able to get the job done. So let's see, what do we got now? Let's this backpack. Why am I struggling on this backpack? Reason. Brush? Well, it can't be the brush. Alright, that. I'm running out of it on the palette here. I'm just gonna put as thin, even coat as I can here. Get the inside of this. When things get really super thin like this, it's gonna be worth it. Put it on the outside there. Unsubbed, unfriended, and blocked. Oh no! Oh no! Oh sacre bleu! No, Monsieur Crunk. No, I am saying when you are doing the art, in every fiber of all of our bones, we all have a Frenchman inside of us. In all of our facets of of our imagination in owns is in each and every one of us, and it appeals to the goodness in everyone. It is a part of the culture and the heritage. It is how you say in English. It is the way. So when you are traveling the journey of a Frenchman, and you discover the Frenchman in yourself, you become completely whole again, and you are able to be able to achieve new heights that you will never be able to achieve before, that are incapable by simple English speaking peoples. But when you are able to harness the French mind inside of you, you are able to be able to do things you will never able to do before. This is why it is very important when doing things that are part of the arts, that you're able to come to terms with your internalized Frenchman, and to be able to bring forward a new age of harmony and peace, and also as a Frenchman, you will be able to move everywhere with a little bit of a slice and panache. You will be sledding towards all of your destinations with a new vigor that you have found within. I believe in English it is called as a pelvis. You will be moving where before in English, when moving around, you would have been gluteus minimus, but now as a Frenchman, you are gluteus maximus. So all I'm trying to say here is when you are painting your models and you are making sure that you are using thin and even coats to cover all of the surface area, to be able to set up for later colors that you'll be putting into your models. That if you are able to do that as a Frenchman, then you will found a new a tool within your toolkit that will be allowing you to be able to achieve much greater artistic ambitions. And I'm that's it. I'm just being honest. That is all I'm going to say about that. As a Frenchman, probably wants to raise the retirement age to 80. Oh! 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 Ooh! Ow! Oof! Oh! Drunk. Drunk. You can't do that. You can't just have like a freak out mental breakdown in chat. You can't be talking about that kind of stuff. You're droids. We don't want them here. Wait, did I do the? So this guy. Oop. Okay, so that guy doesn't have vent done. Neither does that guy. Does this guy? I guess so. Yeah. This guy? Yep. Okay. I need to backtrack a little bit because it looks like I forgot to do a vent on one of these guys. Ooh, yeah. Gonna be switching brushes pretty soon because some of these areas are just, it's just, I need more precision. Like I can pull it off. It's just becomes more of a pain to pull it off. Like I just want it to be done right. Okay, so I was about to do the accent again. So that guy's done. All right, let's move on to, or move back. This guy, very carefully. You know, like you know, once you start doing that, hard to stop. It just falls back into it. Ah, no. All right, do some curling here. Hurry hard, hurry hard, hurry hard, hurry hard, hurry hard. Okay, that's good enough. Okay, so that guy, what are we at now? Hour and 30 minutes. Got like 25 left. Okay, so now that's that guy done. So if there's 2 left, hopefully we can get these 2 done. I mean, it's just like a backpack. Come on. Then when I get most of these just flat panels and things. When most of this is all patterned up and all good, I will definitely go back and I will start working on those trims to the best that I can. Some of them are just really thin and just really awkwardly placed. And then that's kind of where that control and precision would be nice. And would just prevent me from essentially messing up any of the pre-work. The foundational work. Right? Who wants to, like, repaint their Space Marines over and over again? Not me. Right. So that's all I have on the palette right now. I'm gonna have to get more paint on the palette. So let's see. Let's go to the chat here. How's everyone doing today? Who we got? We got Fabian Wilson, Brother Wilson, Overlord Magos, Senior Brother Magos, and Chosican. Brother Chosican. Brother Chaplain Chosican. Brother Chaplain Crunk Chosican the Third Esquire. Very titular. So. Oh, yeah. Oh, dropping things now. Jeez, whoa, what's that? What was that? Who knows? Okay, so gonna have to do this backpack, that side of it, and sort of this guy. Let's see what we got here ahead. Backpack and elbow. Backpack and elbow, hey? Backpack and elbow? Oh, hey, look, I just need to do the backpack on this guy? All right, sweet. All right, so we're going to get a little bit more paint onto that palette. Let's shaky, 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 shake. the shimmy, shimmy, shake. Let's give it a little bit of a shaky. And let's pull out some of the paint onto our palette. Let's get our brush. Let's put out our paint here, and we'll be... Oh, no, don't be starting. Don't be starting. None of that. We're not going to play that game. Homie, don't slice that pizza. All right, so let's get some paint, clean up our brush, do the thing, close the pot, grab the handle, get some paint, paint the model. All right, let's do that. Just try to work quickly. You know, the goal here is to get it done. This isn't Golden Demon. This is just getting it done. Getting the job done. At a certain point where it reaches critical mass, Golden Demon isn't as important as just getting it done. Like, you want it to look nice, but it doesn't, you know, you're not going to go out there and win any awards anyway, right? You could paint your model as nice as you want, but you know what? It's not going to be shown off in a white dwarf. It's not going to be in a codex. You're not going to have millions of people looking at it, most likely. And when it's part of a giant horde of models anyway, there's a pretty good chance that people aren't going to be looking over every single one of them individually. So really, just getting the job done on a very large scale of numbers, really, that's all you need. Just get it done. Because at the end of the day, no one cares anyway. And that's not like the thing is, nobody cares whether it's Golden Demon or not at the end of the day when there's a huge horde of toys there. If it looks good, great. If it looks bad, okay, whatever. But still, you're looking at this huge horde of models. You're still going to get swept away by that regardless. And as long as you're fine with it, like, really, get it to whatever you need to get it done, and then just get it there. I mean, if you want to grow and expand and learn new things and tricks and styles and all that, all the power to you. And in most cases, I would actually support the challenge and the growth and the update and things. But when you're also working on like a giant horde like of things, I would say over top of detailing, the important part at that point when you have so much of these things is cohesiveness, cohesivosity, making sure that everything fits together. You want it to look like it's all part of one thing. And when you're looking at like 1,000 miniatures, I think it's okay. It's almost forgivable at that point. If you don't have, your zenithal highlight, your objective source lighting. So just get her done. Just whip out the brush, start getting it down, and just make sure you're using the same colors for everybody. That's it. That's it. Have something going. Repeat it. Repeat it, repeat it, repeat it. Because one could say quantity is a quality on its own. All right. How many we got left? I got like 15 minutes left? Jeez, well, I had 15 minutes left like 10 minutes ago. 25 minutes? Well, then that probably means I have enough time to put one extra miniature in there before I get to like a 2 hour mark. And that means I could probably grab that model specifically that I pointed at earlier and said that getting to that model is the goalpost sort of thing. So it's not really shifting the goalpost. And in fact, at that point, it's completely doing exactly the thing that I said I would do. See, like that swap out, right? It was a swap out red herring. All right, I'm going to say that guy's good enough for now. All right, let's get the swap out red herring. Let's get his elbow and his backpack. We got 15 minutes. That's well more than enough time to paint an elbow and a backpack. And so then I guess I could use some of that time for like a stream wrap up, right? Where I sit down and talk to the chat and I relax and everyone has a good time. You know what? I also kind of want to do this part. There's some little something going on here with this. There's like a really thin coat of black on there or something. Side. Throwing this chainsword in bonus because it caught my eye. This Marine's going to get that bonus attention for today. Backpack. I gotta remember the elbow. That's the one part that I can see myself already forgetting. Elbow. Okay. You know how I can remember it? Alright. This Marine on his elbow has Ferrus Manus. And everybody always forgets about Ferrus Manus. So I'm just going to remember Ferrus Manus is on his elbow. And if as long as I remember that, which unfortunately just by the science of it makes it very difficult, I will remember to get it done. So Ferrus Manus is on his elbow. Ferrus Manus is not. Ferrus Manus is that Primarch that everybody in the hobby forgot. Ferrus Manus is going to be painted when I get to Ferrus Manus's turn, because Ferrus Manus means iron hands, or hand, in Latin. You just learned. So, Ferrus Manus is on his elbow, and his elbow I'm going to paint. Ferrus Manus got beheaded by a man that smells like taint. Ferrus Manus on his elbow. I'm painting Ferrus Manus right now. Ferrus Manus on his elbow. But Ferrus Manus is painted now. Alright, there we go. See? I remembered. And I made fun of Ferrus Manus. Like, you see, sometimes things just, like, work together really well. Unlike Ferrus Manus. And sometimes, you know, you just gotta get the job done. And sometimes, didn't. You know, the world is weird, and who are you gonna call? What's going on with his leg here? I'm gonna put some, looks like some, I don't know, I dusted all these, so I don't know what's going on there. Maybe there was just like a really bad grape job or something. Oh well. Fixable, not the end of the world. Or maybe it is, because I mean, like, oh no, Warhammer, new edition, Age of Dark Angels. Is on the way. And with that, you know that you're never going to hear the end of it. So, all right, let's kind of exhaust vent thing. All right, awesome. All right, so 11 Marines. Well, there's 9 minutes left. Oh, means it took me 6 minutes to do that. Means like I could like maybe do like a whole other Marine in those like 9 minutes that are left. I mean, I'm not gonna, but I could. Oh. Like I got gold in his backpack there. Double trader. Double trader. Alright. I got 4 Marines here left. I mean, there's all sorts of things on all of these Marines that need to get done left, but doing the stages we were doing today. I mean, 11's pretty good. That's a pretty good count. That's a pretty good head count right there. 11. Bam. Math. Welcome to Disney Street. Alright, so let's put things to the side here. Have a nice big sip of coffee. And, yeah. So now I will grab my cigarette. I will have my closing statements to the stream. So you light this up. Just like a Frenchman would. That is how you would need to be lighting your tobacco. Tobacco. All right. Sounds good. It's all sounding pretty good, in fact. So, okay, we got this batch here mostly done. There's still some areas like soft suit, like on this guy, right? Like right in there inside his arm. There's like soft suit to get done. I'm probably gonna wanna. That's what I'll when I get most of these steps done. That's when I'll get like a new brush that I'll start using, and I'll start getting all the areas that I want to be really careful with, that are either tight or small or whatever. I need to have like a really nice tip to the brush. But I'll get as many of these as I can done. There's a whole horde more that need to get similar work done, where I need to like slap red onto them, maybe even slap brown first and then red, and then start doing other things. Like there's some metal plasma cannons Marines that have some of their paints wearing off, or like the can wasn't really good. The spray paint job wasn't done really well. So those ones are going to need to get like some layers of paint, just so there's something to grit onto. And then that'll move forward. But I'm also going to have to figure out when I get to that stage how I'm going to be doing the Bloodhounds patterns onto the plasma cannon backpack. So probably going to be the same. It's just going to be like a 50-50 split in reverse to the backpack pattern. That's probably what it's going to be. So, I mean, that's what we can look to forward in the future. What we can look forward to there. Yeah, that's what we're looking forward to. That is the thing to look forward to. That's what we're doing. That's what it is. That is the thing. That is the now. That is the shoulder cannon primaris. That is the word. That is the word. So, 11 Marines for there. I think there's 10 more? There's 10 more that need to get a lot of these steps done over on the shelf. So, but these 4 here are going to be the next in the queue to get the little job done. And then once all that's kind of said and done, I mean, like there's things like the chain swords and on some of them, and I'm just gonna I'll batch those steps in together. That one guy was a bonus guy. Just so that way everything's gonna get done nice and neat, and there's not any details missing, and they're all kind of done the same. I want to make sure that all gets done right. So yeah, these guys here, they're gonna be next in line. I'll do them another time because I'm just gonna do the 2-hour thing. That's the way I do it, right? I don't want to sit here for too long. I'll get bored. You'll get bored. We'll all get bored. It's very boring. Especially when most of this is all blurred until you like bring it up this close. And then it stops being blurred. You know, whatever that's about. Because, you know, the autofocus doesn't quite work. So, you know, you have to do it this way. This is the way. So, let's do the thing. I'll wait. Do you still hear me now here? Right? This is good. This is nice. Nice. nice and peaceful, right? It's like a nice peaceful sort of thing, right? Just sit back, relax, nice black screen, and then something like this happens.
Everyone go and check out Slathe's channel.